5 reasons why console gaming is better than PC gaming.
I quite enjoy doing these, and this guy looked like someone who's not completely nuts, so maybe we will get some decent discussion out of this one. Maybe.
Now, before you hit that dislike button, hear me out. I personally don't believe that the PS4 or Xbox One is better than gaming on a PC.
That kind of defeats the purpose of making this video then. I mean, if one thing is superior to another, I'ma do that thing. Even if there's a couple of specific reasons why the less good thing might have a slight advantage in some regards, I'm still going to aim for the best one. Now, it remains to be seen if you have any good reasons, so I will let you continue.
Now, the first thing on my list, or number 1, is that the price of a console is much cheaper than a gaming PC. Now, a lot of people will say that, well, if you watch these videos on YouTube and, you bargain shop for all these different parts.
It's not just the bargain shopping though, although you can absolutely do that and it's not hard. The cost of online play is basically zero without the need to pay for superfluous online services. If you already have a desktop PC in your house, chances are you can slap a vid card in that and get an equal, if not better, gaming system to one of the consoles. And bearing all that in mind, a PC is still a PC, so can do all the umpteen zillion things that a PC can do, making its value higher than a similarly priced console by default.
You might be able to get a gaming desktop or whatever built for like 400 something bucks. But in a lot of cases, these people are spending months trying to find the best deals on certain parts, and it's just a huge hassle. A lot of people don't have technical skills, yada yada yada.
That actually hits on one of the very few arguments that's kind of fair. Someone who has no idea how to do the technical stuff, fine. But a lot of the time, people who are heavy into gaming are actually quite tech savvy. And if you want the best gaming experience, learning stuff isn't hard and is well worth your while to do. As for not being able to find things, there are 7-year-old chips that outperform current gen and cost sod all. Cases can cost nothing. Hard drives are hard drives. You can strip one out of an old digital video recorder if needs be. Just a little bit of thought and yes, some effort can reap massive rewards, but being lazy really doesn't feel like a good argument for why consoles are better. It kind of feels like an insult to them.
And, I feel that after the first year or two, the prices of the consoles drops off.
And of course, PC hardware prices remain exactly the same forever.
About like 100 or 200 bucks. And, the PS4 initially was like 400 and the Xbox One was like 400 something. And now that you can get them for like 250, 300 or whatever. And, it's just a little cheaper, a little more attainable for a lot more people.
Again, only if they're lazy, really. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not better, just different. I would rather spend some time and effort building my own thing that I can be proud of. A gaming machine that's mine and is as good as I could make it. In some ways, I think it's why modded consoles actually really appeal to me. When people take older hardware and add custom paint jobs, lighting, even features that weren't possible when it was released, like wireless controllers. I'm not a collector by any stretch of the imagination, but I would have a couple of them for damn sure. But in that case, I'm also too lazy. I'll stick with an emulator because it's easier. Doesn't make it better.
Now, the next thing on my list at number 2 is the resale of the games. Now, there are some PC games that don't have a game key and you can, sell them to someone else or whatever. But in most cases, PC gaming, there's a game key that comes with the game. And once you use it, you cannot transfer that key to another account.
While this is a true statement, technically, it misses a key factor. Haha, get it? The lack of physical copies and resale ability makes those games much, much cheaper. When you're not having to store physical discs to sell them, you completely remove a massive overhead. Combined with having no limit to your retail space, Every game that ever releases on your platform can be available indefinitely, with no limit to the number of copies that can exist. The one major drawback to DigiDistro really pales in comparison to the amount of benefits that a well-designed digital delivery network offers. I can't scratch my downloads. I have all my games available to me wherever I am on the planet, so long as I have access to the internet. I don't have to swap discs. The list goes on, and all I have to do is own the game I paid a few bucks for forever. It's a pretty good deal if you ask me.
From my own personal experience of gaming on a PC, and when it comes to a console, you're able to sell these games as long as you have the disc for the most part. I've seen very, very few games where you actually have to have a code that once you use that code, you're unable to use that game or whatever. Most games you can just sell either to GameStop. I mean, I personally don't want to sell my games to GameStop, or sell it to like a friend, or put it on Craigslist. That's what I used to do back in high school when I was done playing with the game. Don't do it too much no more.
Again, this isn't really a benefit, it's different. And for those people that this works for, then I guess fill your boots. But it's not better. In my opinion, it's significantly worse. And that's not even mentioning resale value, especially in shops, is usually terrible. And the big shops, at least, exploit the system for profit. Although, then again, a lot of the game companies do the exact same to shops. Let's just say the brick and mortar industry is fucked and really needs to sort its shit out.
Now, the next thing on my list is the consoles. I feel like have way more people playing them than PC.
This ought to be good.
Now, I've seen people, cite Steam statistics that say there's like 100 million or so people that play on Steam, but
125 million active accounts. So yes, there are. That's a bigger number than most consoles have ever sold. Some might argue that, well, this may include duplicate accounts. I would slap you and ask you if you've ever had a console break beyond repair, or lived in a house with more than one console at the same time. So yes, there are bundles of people PC gaming every single day.
I mean, I personally don't know if that's true or not, but like in terms of consoles and stuff like that, most people that I know have either a PS4 or an Xbox One.
Most people I know have a PC. Anecdotal evidence is anecdotal.
Some of my friends who I'm friends with, like in college, some of them, not like maybe like 10 to 15% of them, and they will have like a gaming PC, but most people have PS4, Xbox One. If you're 5 years old, you have a Wii U.
See, you say college friends, because I've always seen a decent gaming rig as something most people come to as they get older, as they have more free cash and they still game as a hobby in their later years. Why wouldn't they want to make their hobby more personal? I console gamed for years in the sort of 360 period, as that was the last time you really were getting more for your money hardware-wise. Although I was a PC gamer before that, but I wasn't into it in the same way that I am now. I take pride in my system, I clean it out, I try to get the cables reasonably neat, components that complement each other colour-wise. It's all a part of it. The machine itself is a big thing I do within the hobby, and it just wouldn't be as fun if I had a static system that voided the warranty if I so much as opened the damn thing up.
I'm just kidding, I have a Wii U as well. I actually have a PC, or a gaming PC, Xbox One, PS4, and a Wii U that's just like sitting under somewhere. I don't even know where the hell the Wii U is, but
Give it to me then. I would actually love a Wii U. Most Nintendo consoles, at least when they aren't automatically emulated, seem to be the one thing worth owning beside my PC. The proper systems and the handhelds always tend to be strangely focused on one weird, obscure feature. They call it gaming. It's weird. It's like they're largely designed to actually play games instead of being a badly interfaced media center. Bizarre, I know. Still, I don't want them enough to actually buy them, as I can't really justify the money to play a handful of games when I already own nearly 2,000 on PC. I should probably play a few more of those first.
And the next thing on the list is more group oriented. I feel like on the console. So yeah, you can put this in a living room or a family room, and you can hook up different controllers to a gaming PC.
So obviously you're going towards the couch gaming aspect here, but it's not really true for the big two at least. They mostly have an online focus on their games. In fact, again, the Nintendo machine is the one that does this best in my opinion. But still, I wouldn't have to lug my rig into the living room. I play couch games with my mates whenever I get the chance, using my home theater PC and Steam streaming. Plus the fact that I have a controller for each machine, so if I want to play multiplayer, that's the only thing I need to move into the living room. Combine that with, even at a cursory glance at the 100 or so games I currently have installed, at least 26 of them have local multiplayer, that I even know of. If I sat down and went through everything with a fine-tooth comb, I know that there would be a lot more, so it's hardly lacking in that department for the games. And if you yourself wanted to do it and didn't have a home theater PC setup like me, the Steam Link goes for about $20 or so on sale. And then of course there's the tremendous backwards compatibility with basically every console game ever made before about 2005, and a fair few since. There's so much local co-op goodness available. The concept that the PC isn't good for it is just ludicrous.
I'm pretty sure you can hook them up wirelessly, but I feel like on a console such as a PS4 or Xbox One, if you have a whole bunch of friends over and we're all playing 2K, which is probably one of the most popular games on the these consoles or whatever, it's just a lot more easier to have controllers, and people can have their own controller. Everyone's in like a living room, because I'm gonna be straight up with you guys.
I actually have both the main console controllers and a Steam controller, and they all work in harmony with Steam's customization features. Plus I have a variety of third-party controllers, mostly because I was looking for a perfect controller, but then I realised it didn't really exist. Thankfully I'm not really locked into any specific controller, so I can use the best tool for any given job. Getting a little off track, but I have more than enough controllers to have a hell of a gaming party. It's just a shame I don't have any friends. Oh, I made myself sad.
I wouldn't want to have my gaming desktop in my living room, simply due to the fact that it's if we're having a party or whatever, people might be able to like knock it over or whatever. I like to have it in my office where it's a little safe, and then with the PS4, Xbox One, you can just have them on an entertainment stand. So yeah.
Again, $20 or so, and you don't even need to risk a $200 to $400 machine in terms of the console. If you have friends that are fucking stupid / clumsy, hell, even the PS4 version, the PS TV, costs like $100. I'm sure you could probably get it cheaper on sale. I haven't found it for much less. Just seems like a no-brainer to me, mate.
And then the last thing on my list is there's way less cheating and hacking on consoles than there is, on the gaming PCs.
Cheating exists on both. It's bullshit on both. It's easier to set up on a PC, but once you report the account, it's not long before they get banned. And most of the time, cheating on PC is overblown. People I've spoken to often see less than one cheater per gaming session. At least that they were aware of. And of course it does vary from game to game, but I've never heard of someone quitting PC gaming over cheaters. Which leads me to believe it's not as big a problem as some would try to paint it.
Now, when you game on a PC, people are able to use scripts, they're able to use all these different things to give themselves an advantage, over their opponents. Now, a lot of these games have built-in anti-cheating features.
So what happens to the cheaters in fairly short order?
But on the gaming consoles, it's the only way that I can really see someone cheating on a gaming console is if they just they take their controller and they do the thing where if every time you hold down, it's automatic
auto fire and or turbo buttons. But there are other ways to cheat. Last generation, there were bundles of soft mods, hardware mods, and whatever that allowed people to run modified software on their systems, allowing for all sorts of shit. Now, I don't keep up with the hacking scene as I once did, but I guarantee you someone is working on it. Probably a lot of someone's. So, for a while, you aren't going to get much in the way of cheating on consoles. Chances are you will within their lifetime. But again, it's not really that bad on PC. And when it does happen, just report it and find another match. Not a big deal.
Every time you press down on whatever, it's like it's basically how you can take a sniper rifle or like a semi-automatic gun or whatever and make it into a fully automatic gun. But even then, it's like, So that's my top 5. Now, remember how, like I said at the beginning of the video, I said that I personally don't believe that console gaming is better than PC gaming. I'm actually about to make a video right after this video giving my top 5 reasons why PC gaming is better than console gaming. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and have a nice evening. Peace.
I honestly don't understand why you bothered, mate. Your reasons are specious at best, and had you spent a little time thinking about them, they don't really hold water. And it's all well and good trying to make a balanced set of arguments, but when one experience is overwhelmingly better than the other, you're making a balance fallacy. That is making two things seem like they have similar or comparable merits, when they just don't. To anyone in my audience who may get upset by these kinds of videos, I know some of you hate these kinds of videos. I'm amazed you made it this far, if I'm honest. I've said it time and again. If you enjoy your console, if it does everything you want and you don't care for a better experience, great, good for you, really. Some people simply don't have the time or desire to jump into what is quite a deep field and just want to play their games. But no matter what, that desire doesn't mean you are getting a better experience. And if you do want the better experience, well, it's waiting for you to make that jump.